Good morning, everybody. Jason up, New Year's Revolution in the car. That's right, in the car, because it's Tuesday, and we got 4Ks to go find. We've got to we got to go to Best Buy. We got to go to Best Buy because Return of the Living Dead, one of my favorites of all time. And I know that, we always talk about top fours or top fives or whatever. It's so hard to really nail down a top five of anything. I mean, the world has been doing it for forever, trying to figure out people's top fives. It's really a working list. It changes all the time. But Return of the Living Dead is one of my favorite movies, favorite horror movies of all time. And so is Return of the Living Dead Part 2. Even though it's shifted into a more comedic approach, let's say. Now, the 4K deal is this. There are a ton of movies on 4K that I like, that I would want to have, but I have them on Blu-ray, and it's okay. Things like Jaws, Scream, which I don't even really care about, the Indiana Jones movies, which I don't really care about, even Goonies. Goonies. So I'm not just going and replacing every Blu-ray with a 4K. It's almost like I buy a 4K if the movie is special to me. And yes, Goonies is special and all that, but I don't need the 4K of that. It's fine. If it goes on ridiculous sale at like $9.99, maybe I'll grab it and upgrade the movie. But I'll tell you this, I've always been, we have a few DVDs in the house still, and we watched Ju-On, whatever, The Grudge, on DVD, because I think all the Blu-rays of that movie are imports and won't play. And holy cow, is there a massive difference between DVD and Blu-ray? I mean, that goes without saying. All right, the children's mother is kind of clueless when it comes to that thing, so she's like, I can't notice a difference. But I mean, nowadays DVD on a larger TV looks awful. It looks like you're watching a VHS tape. So I could certainly tell the difference between DVD and Blu-ray. Can I tell the difference between Blu-ray and 4K? Well, my brain tells me that I should, because I have to justify double dipping on movies that I already have in a very crisp, clear format of Blu-ray. My mind had to convince me that I needed a 4K TV, which I don't watch any 4K like streaming or channels or anything like that, so it's really just for the movies. My brain convinced me that I needed a $289 4K player when Blu-ray players are $5 at Goodwill. So I have to tell myself that I see a difference. Now, I have watched Friday the 13th Part 1 many, 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 many times. Many times. I've watched it on VHS, I've watched it on DVD, I've watched it on Blu-ray. I've watched it on television. And when I watched the Friday the 13th 4K, I was so happy. I was so blown away, because it seems like I could really see a clear difference. Now, I know that there's some really, really strict people who were complaining about some aspects of the 4K Friday the 13th. I'm not that smart, or I'm not that in tuned to what they're seeing. So I didn't care about it. I just thought that the movie looked bright and beautiful, really. So I was really happy about that, because it kind of said, okay, you're okay. Go, buy the 4Ks. Buy the 4Ks, you're okay. You're not just wasting your money. So anyway, we're headed to Best Buy for the Return of the Living Dead 4K. I don't know. That's a 50-50, maybe less, that they're going to have it. Maybe 60-40. I don't know how many other big releases there were this week. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if they got it. We're going in. We're going in to Best Buy to find Return of the Living Dead 4K in a minute. Let's head into Best Buy. All right, here we go. Back where we are, it seems, most Tuesdays. And oh man, I don't see it, ladies and gentlemen. Well, they have Night of the Living Dead from last week for $35 from Criterion. That's not happening. Oh boy. To Kill a Mockingbird was today. Okay, Return of the Living Dead, $32.99. It's not here, but it's likely here. So I'm going to go ask somebody, and I'm also going to go look in the front. I will be right back. Well, we're back in the car without Return of the Living Dead because I asked a fella, and I asked a fella with a blue Best Buy shirt on, and he looked it up on his, his portal to the other dimension phone thingy that has all the answers, and it said it's not released until the 20th, which is Thursday. So here on Tuesday, Blu-ray release day, the Return of the Living Dead 4K is not released until Thursday. So what is that? It's also $32.99. What is that? I don't know if this is I think maybe this is a special edition and there's going to be bonus stuff, maybe a poster, but I'm not putting a poster anywhere. I don't know. Maybe I can sell the poster on eBay for like half of the cost. I don't know. I don't need the posters. I don't need the cards. They always have these stupid, cards in them. I don't need that. I don't need to pay $32.99 for Return of the Living Dead on 4K. So, well, I don't know. The mood may strike me on Thursday to get the movie, and it may not. I don't know. And I may also wait for it to come down in price. The Howling 4K was there, and that's finally down to $12.99. And I've been wanting that for a while. That is such a classic HBO 80s movie. I didn't grab it today because I was just sort of thrown off and disgruntled. I'll probably go back Thursday and get The Howling, and maybe Return of the Living Dead. I'm also not paying $32.99 for Night of the Living Dead, just because it's a Criterion release. I have no idea who these Criterion people think they are. It's literally just a movie. But all their movies are, Barnes & Noble has them for like $50. So I guess we'll see what happens on Thursday. But stay tuned, because we're still going to do the movies that I've watched and the movies that I've purchased in the past couple of weeks. And yes, there is a movie that I purchased. And it's Horror Fest in the family. So we're watching horror movies together with the children, which consist of, Addams Family cartoon and, the Dracula movie there. What is it called? Blah, blah, blah. That one with Adam Sandler. I can't remember. Hotel Transylvania. So I'm a little weirded out right now that Tuesday is no longer Tuesday at Best Buy when it comes to Return of the Living Dead, that we now have to wait till Thursday to pay almost $35 for Return of the Living Dead. I don't know. All right, stay tuned. The rest of the video is about movies and stuff. I've also finished Growing Pains Season 5. Let's talk about that too. Kirk Cameron meets his real-life wife. How about that?
All right, kids, we are home. We are changed.
and we are on with our evening. Yeah, okay, so here's the deal. Best Buy had most of the new releases for today, and then a tag that indicated the Return of the Living Dead 4K would be there for an insanely stupid price of I think $32.99 or so. And then I asked a fella, and now I know why the kid up front is attacking everybody as they walk through the door. I'm pretty sure that he is told, don't let anybody through unless you let them know that if they're looking for a Best Buy associate, they have to come back up to the front of the line, back up to the front of the store, and get in the queue, and then they will page an employee to come help you out. Because as I was coming in Best Buy, some guy was already being harassed by the kid at the front, so I just kind of snuck on by. But I heard, because I was looking at the new release not kiosk, but the new release section right by the front door. Our Best Buy has a very small shelf that has, you would assume, the new releases right there. So I could overhear the kid on the walkie-talkie saying, a customer got past me. He's got on a black jacket, and he's headed to the back of the store. So I'm like, what is going on at Best Buy? Honestly. So I couldn't find an employee to look up whether or not Return of the Living Dead was in the store. So I had to come all the way back up to the front of the store, and I had to ask the dude, can I get some help with a movie? And as I was saying that, somebody appeared off from the side. There was nobody on the floor. There's employees that hang out in the phones. There's employees that hang out in the way back where probably the internet stuff is, or it's a section that has computers, laptops and stuff. I don't know. They don't come out of that section. So the dude was like, yeah, let me look it up for you. He looks it up and he says, well, we're not going to have that until the 20th. Which is like, where are we here? What planet are we on? They're all here today. The tag is today. So I thought, okay. I get to the car. I immediately order it from Amazon for $3 cheaper. $29.99 from Amazon. Return of the Living Dead 4K, and it's coming tomorrow. Tomorrow by 10. Tomorrow by 10. You want proof? You want proof, you savages? You don't believe me? There you go. It's coming tomorrow by 10 o'clock for $29.99. Then I get home. And I'm checking out the other, physical media hunting videos. Everybody's got Return of the Living Dead 4K that they found at their Best Buy. So, come on. Big fella didn't want to go in the back and dig them out and give me my Return of the Living Dead, so I bought it from Amazon. And that's why we're dying, folks. That's why the retail brick and mortars are dying. Because of nonsense like that. You can't find help. When you do find help, they tell you some BS story about it's not out until the 20th. Now, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe the Best Buys in Rochester, New York, weren't going to put theirs out until the 20th. Right? And all the other Best Buys are doing it differently. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. My BS meter says, nah, it's just, look, I don't want to do anything here. I don't want to go in the back and sift through the bins of movies or however they've got it back there. We're good. It's not out to the 20th. I'm sorry. Okay. And then as I'm walking out, some fellow with Not a lot of teeth. Not a lot of teeth. Starts talking to the same guy that I'm talking to, and I'm kind of lingering. And he's starting a war, and he's like, I've been in line for blah blah blah, and this female just cut in front of me, blah blah blah, and she starts talking, man, what did you mean? And I'm like, I'm out of here. I leave. I get in the car. I immediately order the Amazon, and you know what? I'm gonna embrace that. I truly am. All right, we've killed Toys R Us. We killed Sears. We killed them all. And now I know why. Because going out into these stores and looking for this stuff is too frustrating. Now, I don't have to go back out for a couple of weeks, but there are some Christmas 4Ks that I want to get, and I'd like to find them in the store. I would. Christmas Stories coming out on 4K, National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation's coming out on 4K. Later in the year or next year, all the Rockies are coming out on 4K. I want to go get them. I like doing that with you guys. I like chatting in the car with you. But man, oh man, is this getting difficult. All right, on to better stories, on to pick-me-up stories. Friend of the channel, Chris sent me the biggest bag I've ever seen. That's your bed sheet, ladies and gentlemen. That's your Queen Comforter. A Toys R Us bag. That's right. My man Chris sent me a Toys R Us bag, and I am thrilled to add it to the wall. I don't know how. I've got to fold this a couple of times over, I think. I don't want to lose too much of the star. You know what I mean? I don't know how I'm going to do this. Because it's your big boy. It's your big bag. Yeah, I don't know. Might have to do it like that a little bit, maybe. I don't know. That's a big frame. That's a big bag. And I'm grateful. I am grateful. We got a Toys R Us bag. Yeah. We'll get a frame for it. We'll figure it out. We'll make it look good. All right. So thank you very much, Chris. Once again, my people are going above and beyond. So there's nothing really to talk about movie-wise because I'm saving all the horror movies that I've watched in October thus far for an end-of-the-month Halloween movie recap. And so I'm going to do them all. I'm going to talk about the legit horror that I've watched. Liam has watched a movie with me that's, on the threshold of horror and kid movies. We've watched some cartoons, and I'm just going to do them all at the end of the month and tell you, the movies that I watched for October. But I did finish Growing Pains Season 5. And, this just continues to be my favorite show. It's just so good. Now, the show is God, I don't even really want to say this. I mean, it's as the kids get older, Mike is still great. Carol is a little older, out of high school, working. I think at this point in time she's dealing with a real life battle with bulimia, I think. She had some seriously publicly documented health problems around this time. It's not really showing. She's much thinner than she ever has been in the series, but it doesn't look unhealthy yet. So I don't know if season 6 or 7 she's appears sicker. I'll take a look. But I guess I could say the show is losing a tiny bit of steam as the kids get a little older. All right, but not anything to worry about. It's still a great show. Jenny Garth from 90210 has a special guest appearance here. Hank Azaria, Gordon Jump, and Chelsea Noble, ladies and gentlemen. So at the end of season 4, Mike proposes to girlfriend, and I can't, Julie McCulloch. She accepts. And in the first couple episodes of season 5, they're going to get married. And then she, of course, skips town, leaves him a letter, and Mike's heart is broken at the beginning of season 5. But then he meets actress Chelsea Noble, who shows up on the show early on as Mike Seaver is becoming an actor, and he's taking acting classes at college, and he meets Kate. Kate is played by Chelsea Noble, and they begin dating on the show. And guess what? 2 years later, Kirk Cameron and Chelsea Noble are married. So Mike Seaver meets his girlfriend in the show. Kirk Cameron gets a wife in real life. That's pretty cool. Good. They got good chemistry. Obviously, I still love the parents to death. Jason Seaver and Maggie Seaver. Joanna Kearns and who are we talking about here? Who's? Come on, Alan Thicke. What? It's like this brain just stops. Alan Thicke, Joanna Kearns. Love them as parents. They are incredible. Love the house. Love everything about Growing Pains. Finished season 5. We're going to watch some season 6 tonight. We're going to kick off season 6. I'm sorry that there's no movies to talk about, but we'll talk about them at the end of October, which is not too far away. I'll do the whole recap of what I watched in the world of horror. And, Return of the Living Dead 4K will be here tomorrow. I will watch that. That will be on the list for October. I want to see it. I want to see, the fruit of my loins, the troubles that I have gone through. I would like to see the results in 4K. And Best Buy, honestly, you're pathetic. It's just pathetic that this didn't happen today in the store because, it's coming out in 2 days. All right. Well, actually, it's going to be here tomorrow. Thank you, Amazon. Thank you, Wave of the Future. And I don't have to deal with annoying customers fighting in line. I'm over it. All right. That's that. Thanks for hanging out with me. We'll see you all next time. Thank you, Chris, for the amazing bag. Good night.